Hey there, I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd. This is oregano and it is overgrown and sad. It's the end of the season and oregano often looks this way at the end of the season. So I want to show you how to prune oregano and what to look for to know when to prune it. All that coming right up. There are a couple of things to know about oregano before you start pruning it. One is, it is a perennial, meaning it lives for more than a season. It is a woody perennial, which means it can last for years and years and years, especially in mild climates. This particular oregano volunteered here. It sprouted up on its own and I just decided to leave it here because it wasn't in the way. But it has grown really leggy in some places. It has also flowered, which is what oregano does. After that, everything starts to get really ugly and starts to die back on those stems. So pruning becomes essential for revitalizing oregano year after year. Here's a little hint about what to look for when you aren't sure when is the right time to prune your oregano. If you dig down at the base of the plant, you'll notice here that there is new growth, because with some woody herbs like oregano and mint, you can see that the new growth starts right here at the bottom. You'll see baby sprouts just coming up from the base of the plant, and the shoots are green, whereas the older stems have a brown kind of woody appearance to them. All you have to do is prune back all the woody growth down to the base of the plant and leave the new baby growth and you're good as gold. Now, if you want to, mid-season, you're harvesting for use, you can just, snip some of the sprigs back a little bit and harvest whatever you need. But for a good end of season pruning or beginning of season pruning, depending on when you want to do this, when you start seeing new growth, this is how you clean it all up. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. Once again, to reiterate, you got new growth here at the base, like this, these little guys right here. Most of these green shoots most of these new shoots are green, and they're a little leggy, but they still have a good amount of leaf material along them. These older stems have a lot of woody material, no leaves along the shoot, the stem, and then they have flowers here toward the end. We're going to cut that off right at the base of the plant. So take your shears, go right down to the bottom, and cut. And I can do that with these others as well. Some of them are really old and quite big. Now in some cases you might see something that looks a little bit leggy but still has some good leaves on it. I'm going to leave this and I'm taking everything else down. Big stems, old stems here. Now it will look very pruned for a while and that's okay. When it starts sending out new growth, it's going to look great. You won't have any of this old woody stuff here left behind. By doing these cuts, that's going to trigger new growth. And for stems that are green but kind of leggy, you can simply trim them back part way, so give them a haircut and they'll start generating some new growth there. When you have a stem like this where it's kind of long and ugly here, but there's some younger growth here, you can cut back to that, just like that. Here's another older stem. This is another example of where this is all woody and ugly. We'll cut it back. And this goes all the way back here. Now if it still looks a little bit leggy after you've finished pruning, don't worry, it will start to fill in again in a short time. The act of pruning generates new growth or stimulates new growth, and these old guys will finish up and you'll be able to harvest these as your new growth is coming in at the base of the plant. Ta-da! When you're done, you have a nice, cute little compact bush of oregano that has been tamed and is going to generate some new growth for next season. With what you cut off, you can, if the sprigs are still good, you can hang this up and dry it for your, dry oregano, or put it in your compost bin, either way, or, we'll feed it to the chickens because oregano is supposed to help ward off parasites and a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, so that is how you prune woody herbs that grow from the base of the plant. This also can be used on mint, which has the same growth habit. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to find out when our next video comes online. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd, and check out my books, Gardening for Geeks, Grow Your Own Mini Fruit Garden, and my novel, Garden Variety. Happy gardening!